FC25 is right around the corner, and if you're someone who's as stupid as me and has ordered the Ultimate Edition despite the year that we've had with FC24, this video is for you. We're gonna talk about how you can initially spend your 4600 FC points that you will get with your pre-order Ultimate Edition, and we're gonna break the video down into two different parts. One, if you want to play the game in the initial days, how you should be going about and spending your FC points, and second, if you want to grind the game in the initial days, how you should be going about spending your 4600 FC points. Now, the best way to go about it, if you think you're good enough in the game, uh, is to spend it on drafts, right? Now, each entry of the draft costs you around 300 points, which means that you will be able to enter or play the draft 15 times with 4600 FC points that you have. Now, even if you're the kind of player who makes it to the second round of the draft and does not progress, because mind you, like every pro player and most of the players will be playing draft at least in the very first week. This would mean that the drafts would be sweaty as hell. And having said that, like we've seen this every year that whenever the games comes out, there's always a bit of a learning curve that's involved. So obviously, initially you're not very good in the game, and that's something that we've seen in FC24 with the new defending mechanics. Like everyone struggled with defending initially, and then I mean even now, like a lot of people struggle with defending, but that's something that you get used to as you play the game more. So circling back to the draft, so if you end up playing drafts 15 times and suppose you make it to the second round and then get eliminated, at the very least you would still be getting 25k packs, right? So based on the calculations that I have done, right, if you get eliminated in the second round at all of the 15 times, and assuming you get at least one 25k pack out of that, you would still end up making roughly around 70,000. Now, that's based on the discard value. And obviously, like when you would be opening packs, you would not be straight away discarding them. You would be selling them on the market, right? So be it contracts, be it any rare player or any non-rare player, you would be selling them on the market, which means that you would be making a lot more than the discard value of 70,000. So with this method, yes, you have a higher chance. Like if you end up winning more than two games, three games, or even winning the draft, the chances of you packing a high rated player is very high. And obviously, like you making coins is way above than 70,000 that we initially anticipated. Now, talking about the other method, which I believe most of the casual players and most of the people would be going for, including me, uh, spending FC points on packs. Now, the question is like, all right, so which packs do I need to spend my FC points on, right? So I would say like use the first week because the number of users will eventually increase in the second week when the standard edition comes out, and that's where most of the casual players will go in. Uh, Secondly, if you start grinding rivals straight away, and if you're someone who finished um, in rank 3 or above in FC24, you would be starting from Division 7, which means that it will be sweat fest in division rivals initially. So I would not recommend you jumping straight away into the game. Uh, Rather practice it out, learn the mechanics of the new game in squad battles first before you make your move into the rivals. Now, talking about where to spend your FC points. Now, there are two ways how you can spend your FC points without playing the game. The first way is you can spend your points on 7.5k packs. Those normally cost around 150 points, FC points, which means that you would be able to buy those packs around 30, right? Each 7.5k pack has a roughly discard value between 1600 to 1800 depending on the type of rare item that you end up packing, be it a player, contract, or any kit whatsoever. But then again, that 1500 to 1800 discard value is again it's a discard value, right? So you would not be discarding all of the players, you would be selling players, contracts, kits, badges, and everything. So on each pack, you can expect to make 2,000 at the very least. And if you're lucky, you end up packing a good player, then obviously a little bit more. And then if you do the calculation, you're making 2,000 coins on every pack, and you're able to buy around 30 packs, then you would be making roughly 60,000. Now, mind you, again, this is based on the lowest value, which means that if you end up packing a high-rated player or a high-rated item, you would eventually be making a lot more, somewhere in the range of 80,000, I would say. That's like a safest bet. Now, having 80,000 on the very first day and then building your starter squads, that's something that I believe everyone would be going for, everyone who has pre-ordered the Ultimate Edition. The other way that you can go about this is you can wait for the first couple of days to see what EA exactly does with the promo packs in the store. Because if I remember correctly, last year EA did introduce 25,000 K packs in the store, which were I think of a far better value compared to the 7.5 K packs that we're spending our FC points on. And a lot of people did end up spending their FC points on 7.5 K packs only to realize that there are 25 K packs available in the market, in the store. And then, so you can wait for a couple of days. You can see how what EA has plans in terms of promo packs. And if that's the case, if they do end up releasing 25K packs on the very next day or a couple of days later, then those are the ones you should go for. The reason why I say that, again, I think they are roughly at 300 FC points, like each 25K packs cost roughly around that. And the chances of packing you, and then chances of packing a high rated player are relatively high with that, right? So if it comes to discard value, you would be roughly making around 60,000 mark. But then again, we would not be discarding all of our players. We would be selling them on the market. And with the 25K packs, you have a higher chance of packing a high rated item, which essentially means that you would be making again above 80,000 if you do end up spending your FC points on 25K packs. So whether you spend your FC points on draft or whether you spend on 7.5K packs or 25K packs, at the end, you would be looking at a minimum of 80,000 coins that you can easily get in the very first hour or in the very first couple of days, depending on which type of packs you go for. Now, with 80 to 100,000 coins in the initial days, you can easily build an amazing starter team that you can take into division rivals and then eventually into foot champs. If you want me to make a video of what the best starter teams looks like in the initial weeks, what are the options from each league? Let me know in the comments below and I can cook something up. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful. And if there are any questions, let me know in the comments below and I'll make sure to answer them. Until next time, see ya.